Hola a todos, hola profesor.
Hola Dinara, hola chicos.
¿Qué tema hoy, profesor?
Today we are going to continue with complements, but we will use them with imperatives, infinitives, and gerundio.
So there are students who obviously do not remember what are imperativo, infinitivo, y el gerundio.
Yes, of course.
And we will need to remind.
Okay, we will remain. What does it mean? And let's start first with imperative. What is that? So imperatives, we use them when we want to, for example, give an order, right? So, for example, I am giving you an order to open the door. So that's imperative. We use it for that. Orders, for example, we can also use them for recommendations, right? And when we want to ask for something, okay? So for imperatives, so we will use with imperatives, we can use these three complements, right? So direct, indirect, and both together, right? So for direct, so do you remember the how it's mestimine?
Pronouns.
Okay. Do you remember the pronouns? So me, te, lo, nos, os. Okay. So we will use them and we will add them to the end of our verb in imperative form. So for example, we have here the verb amar, right? So the verb amar.
What does it mean?
Love, right?
Obviously.
So we add here the preposition me. So that what does it mean? It means love me, right? And as you can see here, we just add, and the word is going to be together. We will not have two different words, and we will have only one. Yes. So ámame, love me. Right? For example, here, este coche ya está muy viejo. This car is already old, very old. Véndelo, sell it. So here the same, we use lo, and we just add it to the imperative form. And we are here, for example, we are it's like a recommendation more than an order, right? Like, okay, this is for the direct, for the.
So, guys, let me explain that this is obviously very unusual for English, but in Spanish we add pronouns to verbs.
Yes, and actually it will be the same for example, indirect. The only thing that is going to change is that we will use le, right? We will use le instead of lo, and that's all. So, for example, Roberto necesita el coche. Roberto needs the car. Dale las llaves. Give him the keys. So here we are telling him, that give it to him. Give him the keys. That's what this le means, right? Or dime la verdad. Tell me the truth.
Soon I have a question. So, what's the difference between? Still we have imperativo. Sorry.
Yes. We are talking only about imperative right now, right?
I see.
So we are checking first these three combinations for imperative, and then we are going.
So before it was direct, and now indirect.
Yes.
And indirect difference only lo and le.
Yes, that's the only difference.
To be honest, even I don't remember what is direct and indirect.
Okay, direct, for example, we use lo with things, right? For example, here we are talking about the car, so we use lo. But also we can use it with persons, for example. For example, here, ama me, to me, right? And le, we are going to use it only with persons.
I see, like him or her, right?
Yes.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, so then when we have both together, right? Direct and indirect. So always is going to be first indirect and then direct. And we will add just like tile to tile, right? For example, se and then the next preposition. For example, esas gafas son de Lola. Yes, those glasses are from Lola. Dáselas. And it means give it to her, right?
Sorry, wait. So, esas gafas son de Lola. These glasses are Lola's, right?
Yes, those are Lola's glasses.
I see. So, give them. So, give her to.
Uh-huh.
So, give her to her, or I'm
Give,
sorry,
give
give
it.
them to her.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
give.
Se it's for gafas.
Yes.
Okay.
So, wait. No. Say is for her.
For her. For her.
Yes,
I
yes.
see. Now it makes sense because last it's female and plural
Yes.
as gafas. Okay. Se give her them.
Yeah, just that.
Them. Let's translate as it is in Spanish because
Okay.
glasses they are plural in Spanish.
So as you can see, we still with imperative, right? Da. If we are using the verb dar, give. Okay.
So when we, guys, if you're confused still what is direct, indirect, blah blah, just remember that when we add two pronouns to verbs, the first pronoun it's about human, and the second one it's about thing.
Okay.
I just prefer to simplify all these terms. Yeah, because like even I'm confused. The person who's been studying languages for years.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier, like just to know the simplest way. Okay, so let's see this one. ¿Es tuyo este libro? Is this okay, is it yours this book? Okay, no. Is it yours this book? Sí, dámelo. Yes, give me it. Okay, or give to me it. In English, we will say give it to me, right? So here is like the inverse, right? Me is to me, and lo, because we are talking about the book. So this is when we have both, direct and indirect. Okay, with imperative. Now we are going to check infinitive. So infinitivo, is the verb with no changes, right? So in Spanish, the verbs as we are like using them depends of the time, of course, they are going to change. So infinitive is the original form of the verb, right? So we will use direct. Again, here we can use the three combinations. Direct, for example. Está enfadada con nosotros. She is very angry with us. No quiere vernos. She doesn't want to see us, right? So here we have vernos, see. And as you can see, we also will add, use the preposition to the end of the verb, right? Understood?
Yes, I understood.
Super. So, no hay leche. Yes, we don't have, or there is not milk. He olvidado comprarla. Yes, I forgot to buy it, right? So, as you can see, for example, the first verb change, and the second is going to be an infinitive, right? That's we will see that later, right? So the important thing is that we have the infinitive verb, and we just add the complement. For indirect, will be the same. The only thing is that it's going to change to le. Venid aquí. Come here. Quiero deciros algo. I want to tell you something. Yes, me gustaría preguntarte algo. I would like to ask you something, right? So it's basically the same. And the complement, when we have both, it's going to be also the same. Yes, la entrada no es nuestra, pero él quiere dárnosla. Yes, the ticket is not our, but he wants to give it to us.
Give us it.
Yes, give us it. With some verbs, we can use like not one by one together.
Separately.
Yes, okay. With some verbs, we can use them separately. Like, for example, no los puedo ver. Yes. We can also say no puedo verlos. So we can put like before or after. But check it. It should be before the first verb, right? No los puedo ver. Or no puedo verlos. It's the same. It doesn't change the meaning. It's just that you can do it. Te quiero decir algo, right? I want to tell you something. But for example, here it's like to you, I want to say something, right? So that's like it's going to be translated to directly.
So with these verbs, we cannot say no puedo verlos.
Yes, we can say it. So we can do that. Like,
both.
yes.
I see.
No puedo
And
verlos o no los puedo ver.
Okay, and te quiero decir algo. Quiero decirte algo.
Yes.
Interesante, profesor.
Yes, but remember that the preposition should be before the first verb.
This is
Right?
confusing,
So
but
we cannot say, for example, quiero te decir algo. Right? It's not correct. Quiero.
Yes, because I want you to do something. That's why
Yes.
we have to put te to decir. So again, guys, let me remind you that Spanish is analytical language. And it's something like, let's say, for me. So how to explain? In analytical languages, word order is very strict, and yeah, obviously people can understand each other if they make mistakes in word order, but still, you just need to remember that word order is very strict, and these also languages, they're like line. So after subject, we always have verbs, yeah, and so before nouns, we have always adjectives, and plus in Spanish, Spanish is like very dependent on articles, right?
Yes. Sometimes.
Articles, and this thing with pronouns also is very unusual, that you add pronouns to verbs.
Okay. For example, this example, we have indirect and direct, right? So they also are in the beginning. Me lo vas a regalar. How we can translate that? It's like directly. It's like to me, it is going to be give, right? Me lo vas a regalar. It's like, are you going to give it to me? Right? Here, for example, let's see if we can. Me vais a regalarlo. Me vas a regalarlo. Okay, forget about it. I was just trying to see how is, for example, if we divide this and we put it in another place, but should be so like we cannot do that.
We cannot say vais a regalármelo.
Yes, of course. So, but I mean, for example, separate me from lo, not together. For example, me in the beginning and lo in the end.
I see.
Yes, so they should be together. Say, right?
It's great. And it makes sense more in Spanish because you say to me, it. You do not separate. You like, it's like more clear. I think. To me,
it's clear. What to whom?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now we are going to see gerundio. And briefly, gerundio in English is like the ending of the words, like ing. Right? For example, swimming, eating, right? That's the same in Spanish, but gerundio is ando, right? Yendo. Okay, super. So here is going to be the same. We will add to the end. So for example, for gerundio, we will use the verb, the ending, right? Ando, endo, and then we will use the pronoun. For example, ¿qué hace con el regalo? What does he do with the gift? So here I use he because I don't know to whom. Well, we can say also she. Está envolviéndolo. He is packing it, right? So here the ending, right? Endo. Okay, the verb is envolver. The ending, endo, y the preposition lo. Right? It's just like that. It's like you have a word and you are going to add one by one. Ending, preposition. Okay, is it clear?
Clear.
This is for direct. For indirect is going to be the same, but with le, right? ¿Qué está diciéndole? What is she telling him or her. Remember that le is for he or she, right? That's why we don't know. And that's why, for example, we just sometimes specify to whom. Okay, ¿qué está diciéndole? What is she telling him or her? For example, here, ¿qué haces? What are you doing? Estoy escribiéndole a Laura. See, here we specify to whom. So, what are you doing? I am writing her to Laura.
Sorry, ¿qué haces? In Spanish, you don't say ¿qué haces? You say what do you do, right?
Yes. What do you do? Estoy escribiéndole. So here,
but here can I ask here ¿qué está haciendo?
Yes, we can also. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Or ¿qué está haciendo? It depends of the formal and informal, right? So we can use it because it's in this moment the process that you are, right? Estoy escribiéndole a Laura. So we have here the verb escribir, then we have the ending endo, and then le.
Guys, again, here I want to concentrate your attention that in English, what are you doing? We say, and the answer, when we ask something the exact moment, right? We say, what are you doing? And you give answer in the same tense. It's present continuous. We say, I'm writing a letter to Laura. But in Spanish, as I understand, they can say both what are you doing and what you do.
Yes.
Interesting. And it will not be a mistake.
Yes.
Cool.
A mistake. Okay, right. So, and of course, it's going to be the same for both together, right? So here maybe the words is going to be longer, of course, because I have more to add. ¿Por qué siempre Susana? Okay, wait. ¿Por qué tiene Susana la carta de Jaime? Why does Susana have? No, wait. Why does Susana has the Jaime's letter? Is it clear? No.
Yeah, but in Spanish you say, let's just translate it as it is in Spanish always. Okay. Why has Susana the letter of Jaime, you say, right?
Yes. Then, está leyéndomela. She is reading to me like, yo no veo bien. I can not see very well, right? So here we have the verb leer. So we have leer, and then plus el ending, endo, plus me, plus la. Leyéndomela. It's a bit long, but I think it's clear, right? You are going to add stuff by stuff.
In English, in this case, we would have said, I am reading it. She is reading it to me.
Right.
In English, it's more longer because we use to me, like we have to use preposition to. And in Spanish, it's because you add those pronouns to verb, you do not need to use prepositions. So I think in Spanish it's easier even.
And it's together,
Yeah.
Okay. And here as well, we can use them, for example, before the verb, right? As we saw before previously here. So lo está envolviendo, right? It's packing. It's like he is packing. It's the same. So let's pay attention that when we use these complements, right, with imperatives, with gerundio, and okay. So let's pay attention that when we use these complements with imperatives in the infinitivo. Okay, let's pay attention that when we use these complements with imperative, infinitive, or gerundio, it's going to be accentuation, right? For example, here is going to be like in the verb. You can see, for example, amar, there is going to be a tilde here. Ámame. The accentuation is changed. For example, dar, dánosla. Arreglando, arreglan. That's the only thing.
Guys, as usual, practice makes perfect. No worries. Like there are in this lesson, first of all, it's very unusual that we add pronouns to verbs. It makes verbs kind of long, and with these stresses also, is unusual. But again, with stresses, I can easily explain that we need to keep stress in a verb as it is without any pronouns added. And in general, I think stresses in Spanish are easier than in English.
Well, actually, I don't know how it's in English. Actually,
we just listen and then talk. Okay, I'm ready for some practice.
Okay, let's do this one.
He's opening the windows.
Cleaning.
Cleaning, okay. Está limpiando las ventanas. He or she is cleaning the windows. Está limpiando las. So we just put las to our verb. Okay, and again, we not to repeat, as I understand, there is no need to repeat nouns when we already know what we're talking about, right?
Yes, that's why we use complements.
Interessante. Finally, we know. So, acabando. Can you remind?
Finishing.
Estoy acabando la novela. I'm finishing the novel. Estoy acabándola.
Yes.
Okay. I think this exercise, to be honest, is very easy. Están preguntando al señor Oliva. Preparing.
Asking.
Okay. Están preguntando al señor Oliva. They, right? Están.
They.
They are asking señor Oliva, Mr. Oliva. Están preguntando.
Yes.
Okay, easy. Let's maybe something more difficult.
Too easy.
Yeah, it's easy. First of all, guys. First of all, for me, it's easy because it's the second time I'm studying this topic. And second of all, first of all, because Stephen is explains everything very thoroughly, slowly, clearly. And second of all, because it's the second time I'm studying this tema, because previously I studied it with another teacher. So if you are confused, still just rewatch this video again and complete all the exercises in this book.
Okay. So let's try this one with imperatives. The first one.
Ama a tus padres. Love your parents.
Yes.
Amalos. So love them. Comprad el periódico. Buy the newspaper, right?
Yes.
Compradlo.
Yes.
Easy again.
They all are easy, so maybe we can try then this one with stress.
Pásame la sal.
Yes, so we have here different words. We should put them in order, right? And find the stress.
Pásame la sal. Pass me the salt.
Yes.
Quiere vernos la directora.
La directora quiere vernos.
The director wants to see us. Okay. La directora quiere vernos. He olvidado comprarlo. Wait. What do they want? Can you translate, please?
No tengo pan. I don't have bread. I have forgot to buy it.
So olvidado is forgot.
Yes.
I think he olvidado comprarlo. No tengo pan, ¿no?
No tengo pan. He olvidado comprarlo.
Okay, why do they put the dot here? It's a bit.
It's like it's together. It's like.
Why not that slash? Yeah, why didn't they put slash here? They confuse me with this.
Then we cannot change the order of that, So no tengo pan, he olvidado is going to be like one sentence, one part. If they put slash,
here two sentences.
If they put a slash between he olvidado and no tengo pan, then it means that you can change no tengo pan. Do you understand?
No.
Okay, this slash means that this is one part and this is another part, right?
Doesn't matter. In my opinion, no.
Yes,
It will be.
it's not important. It's not important.
Doesn't matter really. So, no tengo pan, coma, he olvidado comprarlo. No tengo pan, coma, he olvidado comprarlo.
Why comma?
Full stop.
Punto.
Full stop. I see. I see.
Punto.
Yeah, it's in English. Full stop.
Full stop.
It's conversation of death and another death, you know? Two deaths. Okay. ¿Puedes ayudarme?
Puedes ayudarme.
Right?
Yes.
Can you help me?
Yes. Or do you remember, for example?
¿Me puedes ayudar? Okay. This in some cases, with some words, with some verbs, we can do it. Not with all of them, right?
Yes.
It will take us ages to remember which words, which words we can do.
You are going to feel it. You know, it's like it's a feeling.
Yeah, it's for example, I know that te quiero, all these things because I just hear it all the time in songs. That's why just I remember those because I don't remember that it's some kind of exception or something. Okay, Stephen, it's like very clear. The first time I was explaining this topic, it wasn't as clear as in your case. I'm very grateful as usual. You are very. It's like it's difficult to teach, especially to annoying people like me with lots of questions. And like I'm very happy that you help with this our YouTube channel. And guys, and we're grateful that you study Spanish with us. So please share these videos with everyone who studies Spanish. We know that nowadays Spanish is very popular in America, in the USA, and in the future it's going to be, maybe it's already the biggest Spanish-speaking country in the world. No, it is not. In the future it will become. And we appreciate that everyone who supports our project, our YouTube channel financially. It allows us to continue making these videos and making them absolutely for free. Gracias. And what are you going to study in the next?
In the next video, we are going to see reflexive pronouns.
It's a very interesting term. I don't remember. For example,
it's like the prepositions that we used before, right? Like me, te. But
before verbs.
with yes, before verbs and with actions.
Okay, looking forward, and I think while you'll be explaining, it will be clearer. Thank you. Adiós, amigas y amigos.
Adiós, chicos.